Hi everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. I just wanted to get online and go through the last. Well, it's not the last sketchbook, but it's the last one I have right now. I'm gonna make it a part. I'm gonna make a part 1 and part 2 of this sketchbook because I've only gotten through half of the pages basically. So anyway, this tour shouldn't be that long, but I do have a couple surprises at the end. So without further ado, let's get going. Alrighty, here we got Scrooge McDuck, and then some more hands sketches. Shout out to Trini, my cousin Trini. He's a Scrooge McDuck. He's ducking me on my chess games. Here's a pot with flowers that are here in Mexico. Pagambulias, I think they're called. I don't remember really. And then we got a bull eating feed out of the container, and then we got the fence here, and then we got trees, wilderness here, the cerros, the mountains are back here, and then this is like the side of a cliff that's right there, where the rocks are red, so it looks really cool. I would love to paint it someday, but not yet. This is a sketch of Villanueva, the cathedral that they have, the basilica that they have there. It's really cool. I like how this turned out, and then they have a bunch of palms in the town square, palm trees, and so I put one palm tree right here. It looks pretty cool. I like the way it turned out. And then we got Aurrera, which is like the Mexican Walmart with the fruit section. So here you got a bunch of fruit prices, refrigerators and stuff. I like the way this turned out. I think it turned out pretty cool. And then of course we can't do without YouTube model sketches. I like the way these turned out. And then here we go again, some more sketchbook models. I like the way they turned out too. They look pretty cool. Some more hands, a sphere, a square with different shadings. Probably see my shading. And then I got this anatomy from a book that my brother gave me. It was my brother or one of my sisters, I don't remember. But I copied them, and it was a really good exercise to kind of familiarize yourself with like human anatomy. I really liked it. This one is a sketch of my dad. He's got his glasses, his hat, he's in front. I like the way it turned out. Here's a sketch of me. It turned out okay. I think it's, I could definitely do better, but that was in 2023, I believe. And then here's the back of a human body. The other one was the front, this is the back. And then these are pitayas, which are Mexican like prickly pears. Kind of like tunas, if you ever had a tuna. They're kind of like that, but they're really delicious. But they come for a season, and I think it's around May that they blossom. Here are the pitayo trees or cactuses that there are. Here is a big shout out to my niece Savannah. She dressed herself this day, so she had boots, cowgirl boots, like a dress for ballet, a shirt that says "Soy guapita, soy chiquita, soy guapita, pero bien la tosita." She's got her sunglasses on, a bow on top. So she's got a canister to water the flowers. So she's ready to rock. I like the way this turned out. Can't wait to give it to her. And this is my nephew Julio. This is when he came to Mexico to visit us. He started walking, and I took a few pictures of him, and I made some sketches out of him. I like the way this one turned out. This one's really cool. The likeness is pretty good. Here is my dad again. He's leaning on the wall with the shadow, half of his body in shadow and half in light. And then I was running out of things to draw, so I drew honey badgers, the Wisconsin Badgers. That's that logo, and then here's some pictures of some badgers. I was losing inspiration. Albert Einstein in a bigger portrait size. I think I had one in the sketchbook before. Here's Lobo and Lobo. They're the same dog. Yeah, we love that little guy. Here's a sketch of my mom and Medusa, my brother's dog. This is where she was sitting in the yard. It's a really cool picture. It reminds me of her. And R.I.P. Mom, I love you. Here's another one that I tried to do. I didn't really finish this one. I like the other one better anyway. Here's some more Vagambullas, I think. Some of these I posted to my stories on Instagram, so you'll probably see them again. Here's some boots, some work boots. I like the way they turned out. Here's a bull, one of my dad's bulls. I think it's Simba. Simba's his name. Here's my uncle Guillermo mixing some concrete in a wheelbarrow. The back is a cerro, and he's just working away. Here's another one of Villanueva, like the one I had at the beginning of this one. Palm trees, lights, the entrance to the town square, some taxi cabs, and the basilica in the back. I like the way it turned out. This one's one of my favorites, my first and last car. My dad gave it to me. It was a Honda Civic, a stick shift. It was awesome. It could have run for another 100,000 miles if we wanted to put some more money into it, but yeah, it was pretty good. And then here's some wheelbarrows with cat machinery in the background. I like the way this turned out too, with the wheelbarrows in the back and the shadows. Then I did another one of the cat machinery. I like the way this one turned out. I liked it a lot. My dad liked it too. He even took a picture of it. And when your dad agrees, you know it's good. So I was pretty happy with that one. These are stirrups or spurs. Here are flowers. They're called Corona de Cristo, Crown of Christ. They're all prickly. Here's a bottle of water and Vaporu, a little container of Vaporu. My dad's favorite when he starts to get sick. He swears up and down by it. Here's my dad. Here's a tree that's on his property, a mesquite. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the way it turned out. Here's a chair that my grandpa made back in the day, and it's still put together, and you can sit on it just fine, and it's really comfortable. Here is what was his name? I don't think it was Luna. I think it was Juan. Should have put a date on this. Juanito. Here's another sketch of a 4x4 ATV Polaris Razor. I like the way it turned out. It looks pretty cool. You can see the shocks over here. Here is a sketch of my dad's truck, one of his trucks. It's got the cage for the cows and everything that he needs to transport to different places. And then speaking of cows, here is another bull of my dad. It's the oldest bull he's got. We got 3 of them. This is the oldest one that he's got. I call him the grandpa. And then here we got Las Sillas, the riding saddles. I like the way this one turned out. It's really cool. Yeah, I really like this one. And then here I did another one. It looks pretty cool. And then we got Lobo again, but this time he's laying down. I like the way this one turned out. And then on his feet, he's got like paws. And then this is the end of part 1. This is the house where we're staying at in Mexico. My godfather Trini's house. Here's the entrance. Here's his main street. Telephone poles. Of course, he's got like 2 different kinds of palm trees in the back. I guess in the front yard. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, and I did say I had a couple surprises for you guys. Here's a watercolor that I did of my niece, Kaylee. Kaylee, I love you. Hope you enjoy it too. Every time I show that to somebody, they always say, "Oh, that looks like your brother, like George when he was little." I can't deny it, but I really like how it turned out. I want to start practicing more in my watercolors with portraits to see how that looks. But I thought this was worthy of showing you guys. I'm really proud of that one. Here's another one of me when I was little, when I was 2 years old. I don't know if I caught the likeness, but for some reason I'm showing it to you guys. I think I like it. Yeah, maybe I can work more on it, but we'll see. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Here is a sketch of my ex-wife Mary when she was my muse. Mary profile portrait. It didn't turn out too bad. I actually kind of like it. It's got sunflowers in the back, and I used the cross the lines to kind of catch where the proportion should be, and it turned out pretty good. I'm not maybe the eyes might be a little bit bubbly or something, but I didn't think it was too bad. I kind of like it. It grew on me. But then I got a little greedy and I started making more. But these I wasn't doing much preparing or nothing to check my accuracy or nothing like that. But it's just a Mary study, and these are gonna get progressively worse. And that's because I stopped trying. Now they just look like Picasso's, I think. A circle and I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was frustrated that I couldn't I couldn't capture her beauty. So those are those. And then this is, I think it's when we went on our honeymoon to Miami. She was sitting at the airport, and I sketched her, and I wrote down proportions. So I guess I wasn't happy with the proportions, but I'm looking back on it, and it's not too bad. It's pretty good. I like the way it turned out. And then we got another one of Mary sketch. I really like, this is probably one of my favorites of Mary, with her hair, her eyes. One is dark, one has a little more light coming through it, and the light is coming from this side, going that way, and the shadows over here. I like how this all turned out. I was really proud of it. I really enjoyed this one. I hope I can duplicate this level of work. I don't know why it gets harder. The more you learn about art, the harder it becomes. But it's easier if you just kind of let loose and just kind of get after it. And then this is Mary on bed. I like this one. I like how that one turned out. Alrighty, and then we got a few more. Here we got Mary on a swing. I didn't really capture her all that great, but it's a cool little action shot. And then the final one that I got is of Mary over here. It looks okay. It's a little bit off. I could probably work on this for a little bit longer, but for the time being, that's the last one of the show. All right, guys. Like I said before, if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on anywhere, and I'll get to those soon. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope everyone has a great day. Bye.